not quite done yet. I don't
trust Atlanta.
I don't trust them to do much.
Yeah.
But they're not done yet. You know, they're not gonna be on the outside looking in this year. So I mean, I gotta pretty much go through some more of these teams. I don't know about the Magic.
How long do they have Dwight Howard?
That's the question.
I know.
That's the question.
I can't really predict anything unless I know that.
What I do know is the Nets won't be in those spots there. They suck.
Ooh.
The
East has some really rough teams.
Yeah, it's like top dominated. That's what, but I feel like I said, because there's so many bad teams, they're gonna be a surprise team that pushes itself to the third spot. It's not gonna be the Knicks to me. Even with Carmelo,
they need a point guard still.
Yeah, it just doesn't look good. I mean, the one they had the Shumpert kid and tears like his ACL or MCL or something like that. So that was sad, you know. I was about to get picked up on my fantasy league team, but that happened and that pretty much blew that. Next game, Miami at Dallas. Didn't turn out like I expected in the beginning, but it ended pretty much where I said. And they got a lot of garbage points at the end and stuff like that, but that game was at a point at like 30 plus. Like,
yeah.
Like you beat them.
Miami
like,
dominated.
Yeah, it was. Speaks. I wanted to say it was speaks numbers to Dallas, but then Dallas played OKC good last night. You know, and pretty much had that game won. So Dallas is not done yet. They're not going to be a powerhouse, and they probably won't win a championship again. But
no.
But they could sneak in the playoffs in the West. You know, well, not sneak in. They're not going to be in the top half.
No, I think they'll make the playoffs. I don't think they're going to go very far.
Just by Dirk alone, just because Dirk that tough to guard most of the time.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know if Lamar Odom will ever fit in.
Was that a pun? Due to him being so out of shape, or what? That was good.
Sort of.
Nice. No, I agree. Well, you know what? He might fit in. I don't know what to really think of Lamar down there because he seems so unhappy with how he left the Lakers, and he didn't really seem thrilled to go to Dallas. And
I mean, Dallas is still a big market. I know you're used to the LA bright lights, but it's still a big market in Dallas.
Yeah,
a nice
I
place
know.
to play.
But he was so like salty on everything. I don't. Maybe he'll kind of get over that and.
Must have not been close enough friends with Kobe. Obviously.
Kobe, I don't think has that many close friends in general.
Him and Derek Fisher are pretty close. You know.
That's one.
Yeah, that's just one. That's about it. Yeah, because he gets into it with pretty much everybody else.
Yeah.
Even him and Bynum have had some Bynum and.
From what I've heard, Kobe's not the most likable person to have as a teammate.
Guy's pretty cocky. Even before basketball, he came from a rich family, so it's not like he was just. What he speak like 6-7 different languages? He's very cocky about himself. Some of it it's never good to be cocky, but he could be real confident about. He is confident about some things, but I don't know. Kobe's Kobe. I don't like him, but I respect him. How about that?
Yeah, that's fine.
What do you have to say on Kobe?
You just said it's never good to be cocky yet. You're a huge LeBron fan.
Oh,
so I'm just trying to reconcile this in my own brain.
Why do we have to keep talking?
I'm just saying. But Kobe, I hate him. I don't think he's a great person. I don't like anything about him, but he's a good basketball player. That's what I can say.
Yeah. Bulls at LA. So that was a pretty good game. That's probably one of the better games.
That was a very entertaining game.
Yeah, Bulls kind of pulled that one off at the end.
I would say they did pull it off.
You're right. They pulled that one off at the end. Seemed like LA had that one. Seemed like it.
Well, maybe, but when the Bulls were down by like, what was it, 6 or 8 with like a minute and a half left? Was it 6? I think it was 6. My cousin that was watching the game was like, that's it. Bulls are going to lose. And I was like, no. There's plenty of time. I was like, just wait.
A minute and a half 3? Mm-hmm. And it's down 6? That's a lot of time.
I know. That's what I said. I was like, I'm not worried. So.
That was probably one of the best game. Probably I would say the best game. But,
yeah.
Christmas. Yeah, and bro showed some clutchness. Very impressed with Dame. Definitely impressed with him.
Yeah, he's
he's
last
quiet,
year he was much better than the year before, and I think he's even
Dame could be like a big sleeper guy. Like because he's a quiet, he doesn't get the notoriety, but he puts up like all-star type numbers.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, his first 3 games here have been pretty good. I think
and he's good at everything.
Yeah.
He can shoot. He can drive to the hoop. He's
block,
good at passing, blocking.
Assists, everything.
Every part of his game is good.
He's always the guy. What makes him probably not so in the spotlight is he's not fancy. He's not.
Mm-mm.
He has no. When he gets out in the break, he's not doing a spectacular dunk. No. It's real simple.
He's just getting those points.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. That's the reason that I've watched all 3 of the games with him, and I noticed like that's his issue. He's not doing something spectacular. He's not cocking back. He's not 360. He's not dunking on nobody. Just he's getting the points and moving on and then going to the next. He
wants to win.
That's true.
So.
That's true. And I was wondering when he was gonna come around because it seemed like I figured he'd be real good when he first got drafted by Bulls, and then he kind of faded off. But when Rose got there, he kind of started picking up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not kind of. He's been picking up. So.
And he was injured last year too. He was battling injuries, like in the year before too. So he's definitely getting where he should be.
Mohawk looks, it looked good from a distance.
Maybe that's like his whole attitude. You know what I mean?
He's
just a personification.
He needs
of
a new
attitude.
barber though. That's a bad mohawk.
I don't care what his hair looks like.
I'm just messing with you.
It's not Sean Marion, so I'm pretty happy.
Anyway, Magic at OKC. Pretty easy.
Yeah.
OKC.
I don't think that surprised too many people.
No, that's the one game I really didn't watch much of. I seen sparingly, because I was like in transition and getting home, so I really didn't watch that game like I should have watched it. But OKC, Durant, Westbrook, Harden.
God, I love watching Harden. I really do. I love watching
I've
him play.
liked Harden since Arizona State. You don't know much about that because you watch college basketball. But
I've
liked Harden.
Let's just go out on a limb and say you know everything.
You know
it all. You know it all. I don't know anything, so just...
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying this guy was real good in college. He made a school that does nothing in basketball. Most people wouldn't even know what school it was. He made a school be on the national spotlight. Arizona State, he put them on the national spotlight. He was an All-American going to a school like that. Harden is a great guy and an awesome player.
Duh.
Whatever.
Look. Maybe I didn't watch him at Arizona State. So what? I can see now, and I've been watching him, and he's great, and I like watching him. That's all. What's wrong with that?
God, just joking with you. God, don't get all why so serious.
I'm just saying.
Anyway, Clippers at Warriors. I might have watched a quarter of this and fell asleep.
I didn't watch any of it.
Yeah, long Christmas Day. All I know is I woke up, Clippers blew them out. Pretty much what we all expected. But the Warriors aren't bad as we saw from that game, though.
They are or they aren't?
They aren't. They're not. They've won 2 straight.
Yeah.
They beat your team in blowout fashion.
Yeah, I know that. Oh, blowout fashion.
Was it not blowout fashion?
I don't know if I call that a blowout.
Wasn't it like plus 16?
That's not a blowout.
They
got beat.
Against
it wasn't necessarily close. It wasn't a blowout.
The best record, the team with the best record in the league last year, number 1 in the East, and went to the conference finals.
It's not a blowout.
That was a blowout. Matter of fact, I think it might have been more than 16.
Let's talk about Golden State and just quit hating for a second. Okay?
I'm listening.
They got that new coach, Mark Jackson. What did Mark Jackson say? That he wants them to be a defensive team. We want to be about defense. Well, guess what? Who are you going to do that with? What players on that team are going to be your defensive players? Let me know.
Because Monte Ellis on the defensive side.
They have 3 like the worst defense. They have David Lee, right? Monte Ellis, Steph Curry.
Well, Steph Curry.
Steph
Curry could probably play some defense though. If he's a teachable, coachable guy. So Steph Curry.
Right now he doesn't play.
Monte
defense.
Ellis he's got his own zone, and he only stays in his own zone. So if he gets Monte Ellis to play defense, I would be highly shocked.
Okay, and that's my point. They have these guys who don't play defense, and Mark Jackson's like, I'm going to come in and implement my defensive system. Well, good luck to you, because you don't have the players to do it. You probably should go in there and say, I'm going to go ahead and look at the personnel I have and do what's best with the players
So they continue to lose so many games as they did last year?
What defensive players does he have that he can implement this?
No, what you do is you put it down. That's what you want done. And if it does not happen, You get players who can. That's what you do.
Okay, well, how's that different than what I just said?
No, I'm saying you saying playing to your personnel, so you basically saying
you
forget
right now,
defense. Yeah, they can
he
score
doesn't-
130 points. But
I'm not saying forget defense. I'm just saying that if he goes in there with this attitude of like we're going to be a defensive team, well, newsflash, no, you're not.
So
You don't have
coaches
the players to do that.
So coaches can't take over their teams and say things like that.
They can say whatever they want. I'm just saying it's not going to
No,
work.
not just say do what they want. Like
When has that worked? Tell me when that has worked. A coach just goes in, does not have the personnel for the system that he wants to implement, and then they just start winning games.
you got to start getting the players then.
Exactly. He doesn't have the players this season.
So that doesn't mean go against what you believe in logic, though.
Logically, if you don't have the players for a system, why would you?
So
play
is it okay in that case? Then you saying okay, go in there. No, I'm saying here, you say go in there and say okay, you guys really are not defensive guys. We know this. Everybody in the world knows this. We'll continue to play your ball.
No.
Listen to what you're saying. We'll continue to play your ball. I'm not going to implement any new defensive schemes. I'm not going to try to make you a defensive-minded team. We'll continue to play your ball, and we'll continue, and hopefully win more games than we did last year.
That's exactly what I said, so thank you for pulling the words straight out of my mouth.
And in all actuality, if you've seen their last two games that they won, if you've seen them, they have been holding opponents to less points and lower field goal percent. So it must be working.
No, it must not.
Outside of the Clippers team, they not just working, but it's trying to gel. He's trying to get into people's brains that this is what you got to do to win. So you telling me if I'm on a team,
well, if you let me talk and shut up for a second, then I could tell you what I think. Okay, so listen. I just don't see it working this season for the Golden State Warriors with a defensive-minded coach who can't get defensive-minded players right this second. His defensive players aren't good.
So what do you suggest?
I suggest you go in, you work to the strengths of the players that you have. You take the players, you say, well, how can I best win with these players? Instead of saying, this is my hard and fast system, this is what we're going to do.
I totally disagree with that.
Fine, disagree. You're wrong.
Okay, that's all we got for today. Any extras or anything?
No, I don't have anything else.
Well, I'm OD.
I'm Erin.
And thanks for watching our show.